Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. I hope you all are fine and doing well. So I welcome you again for another class. So let me review what we have discussed in last week. So we have discussed training and development introduction. I'm just going through presentation method in these different methods, the hands-on methods, on the job, so on the job training. So now we are on hands-on method. So the first one we have discussed is on the job training. So the next one we will discuss in today's session. So the next topic on the job hands-on methods is self-direct learning. Self-direct learning is basically what is learning conducted by an individual. For example, you're learning certain skill by your own research, by your own understanding, and by doing some research on your own self. So in this part of learning, mostly employees are taking their responsibilities for all the aspects or all the different form of learning. So it's your own responsibility that how you develop your skill, how you train yourself, how you increase your skills, how you learn new skills. It's all about your own self. So that's different. So let's read what we have discussed. So it's only, I think it's even clear from the title as well. So it's once you see the title, it's easy. Self-direct learning. Self-direct learning has employees take responsibility for all aspects of learning, including when it is conducted and who will be involved. Trainees must predetermine training content at their own pace with an instructor. So you just follow instructor, and this time they're just a facilitator. They're just helping you out. They're not giving you training. You find the content for yourself. You are finding every information regarding the training. You found materials. You find everything by your own self. Instructors or trainers, they are just facilitators. They are just helping you. If you are having any question, they can evaluate the questions, and they can help you to find the answer, or they can help you in content as well. So trainer may serve as facilitator. That is, trainer are available to evaluate learning or answer question for the trainee. The trainer does not control or disseminate instruction. The learning process is controlled by the trainee. So the learning process is not controlled by the trainer. So the trainers are not responsible for providing all learning processes, all instructions, everything. So they are just evaluating your content. It's your own responsibility to learn new skills. Self-direct learning for salesperson could involve reading newspaper or trade publication. So if you are a salesperson and you want to increase your sales, and you want to increase your skills, how you can how you can sell more products, what do? You go to read newspapers. You find how they behave with customers, how they attract customers, or trade publications that have already published this issue, that this is how you need to attract customers. This is a salesperson. In other countries, in most countries, they are providing salary for salesperson, plus they are providing commission on sales as well. So for example, if you are having $1,000 salary, and they give you 2% or 1% commission on your sales as well. So the more you sell, the more the commission is. So in order to learn new skills regarding commission, so what do? You go through different aspects. So what you do? You go to trade publication, you find content, so you train your own self. So you are planning to learn new skills by your own self. So talking to experts, yes. So next is you go to trade publication or surfing the internet to find new ideas related to salesperson industry. So then you talk to the expert. If you know someone as an expert in selling in sales, so you ask him or her the advice regarding the training, regarding the sales, how I can increase my sales, how can I attract customers, how can I do this, how can I do that. So you go to the different forms, you go to internet, you find new techniques regarding sales, you read publications, you read different news or whatever. So it's for this, that's the example. So it's related to your own self. You try your best to increase. For example, if you are a salesperson, last month your sale was, for example, 100,000 Afghani, but you found that there is a shortage, there is a weakness in your speech or in your talking. You cannot attract customer are coming to the store and they are leaving without buying anything. So then you started to train yourself by reading newspaper, reading publications, talking with the experts, internet search. Your behavior, your smile, your customer attractions, everything has changed. Next month your sales increased from 100,000 to 150,000 Afghani. So it means you have improved. So that's why you can't just stay at the same point. You need to attract customers. In some countries, especially European countries that are more tourists are coming, like tourist attraction countries, salesperson are usually learning some words from other language. So in order to attract customer, if they see that they are from Arab, they know few sentence from Arabic, they know few sentence from Spanish, they knew few sentence Italian, they knew few sentence German. So they learn few sentence. Why? In order to attract customers. So the customer, when they visit a country, for example they visit United Kingdom, and they see a salesperson speaking their language and trying to be friendly with them and trying to engage them, engage them with the audience or whatever. So what will happen? They will buy and they say, oh wow, very nice, they are having a very good behavior, we must go to the same store or place. So that's called sales. Also, self-direct learning could involve the company providing salesperson with information such as database, training courses, and seminar, while still holding the employee responsible for the taking the initiative to learn. So next way one is you're finding everything. The next way is that the company is giving you access to the database or to learning new skills, or they're giving you access for publications and articles, but the responsibility is yours. Everything is available for you, but you need to go and research and learn new techniques. You need to go and find out new techniques. You need to develop new skills. That's your responsibility. They just give you access to the database or whatever publication they are having. So that's because the effectiveness of self-direct learning is based on an employee motivation to learn. So if you are not motivated to learn new skills, it's very hard, because self-direct learning needs a person who have insight, a courage, a person who has a feeling, burning feeling inside their hearts that yes, I can do this, yes, I need to do this, I need to learn this skills, I need to learn this, I need to learn that, I need to improve my speaking or whatever. That's same thing. It's not only training, but let's come to the student. There are certain students that even if they don't attend the class, they want to learn something by themselves. They just don't depend on lectures or on just one subject or on just presentation. They go and they research more subjects. They learn new things. They go and read newspapers. That's self. They are having a burning desire inside themselves. They are motivated. They are having motivation. Yes, I need to do after the bachelor, I need to learn this, I need to learn that, everything. Yes, so companies may want to provide seminars on self-direct learning process, self-management, and how to adapt the environment, customers, and technology. So the company may provide different types of training or publications training. So in order to learn how to learn by your own self. So that's all about self-directed learning. So I think this is a very important topic. From my point of view, if a person really wants to achieve his or her goals, self-directed learning play a very key role. especially in our country, where companies are not providing training and development programs or programs or training seminars for their employees. Especially they are not providing them with the latest technology, teaching them the latest technology. They are just staying in the same position for 10 years, 6 years, 5 years. You're doing the same things, just sign a document, that's it, that's your job. I think self-direct learning will be very, very important in our country, where we are facing many shortages. Companies are not having databases, they are not having journals, they are not having articles, they are not having anything regarding training and development. Even the sad thing is that I have asked one guy, he's working in a company for last I think 11 years. He said we didn't saw much training, just I think he just remember 1 or 2 training. So imagine in 11 years how much the technology have changed, environment has changed, customer perception, customer test has been changed, everything, rules and regulation have been changed, and there have been not provided any type of training. So that's why self-direct training is very, very important in Afghanistan, especially when you're not having access to anything. So it's your own job to go learn new things, learn new skills, learn from YouTube, learn from website, learn from articles, learn from somewhere else, learn online. So that's all in order to achieve your goals, in order to be a very competitive employee, or in order to be very competitive student. You need to research on your own self. You need to go and have some burning desire to learn something. When you are trying to learn different things, that's when you will be very, very successful. So that's all regarding self-direct learning. Next, for example, this is an example. Let's read the example, what's happening, so it can be very clear for you to know it's in full details. For example, at Corning Glass, new engineer graduate participate in a on-the-job training program called SMART, self-managed awareness, responsibility, and technical competence. Each employee is responsible for seeking the answer to set a question. Example: under what condition would be statistician be involved in design of engineering experiments? So by visiting plant in research facility and meeting with the technical engineer expert and manager. After employees complete the question, they are evaluated by committee of peers who have already completed the SMART program. So evaluation have shown that the program cuts employee startup time in their new job from 6 weeks to 3. The program is effective for a number of reasons. It encourages new employees actively involvement in learning and allow flexibility in finding time for training. A peer review evaluation component motivates employees to complete the question correctly, and as a result of participating in the program, employees make contacts through the company and gain a better understanding of the technical and personal resources available within the company. So that's all regarding. I think it's very simple. There's no need for explaining. So they go through SMART system, the self-managed awareness, responsibility, and technical competence. They go to the research center, they learn from their manager peers. So that's all self-learning. Self-direct learning has several advantages and disadvantages. Now, advantages is it's give you a time, you're having your own pace. You don't need trainer. It reduce the cost of the company. You don't need to travel a lot. There are many advantages of having self-directed learning. So let's read what is in the slide. So self-directed has several advantages and disadvantages. It allows trainers to learn at their own pace and receive feedback about the learning performance. For the company, directed learning requires fewer trainers, reduce costs associated with travel in meeting rooms, and make multiple site training more realistic. Self-directed learning provide consistent training content that captures the knowledge of expert. Self-directed learning also make it easier for shift employee to gain access to training material. For example, Four Seasons Hotel faced the challenge of opening a new hotel in Bali, Indonesia. It needed to teach English. Actually, this company is a hotel. They were planning to they were planning to open another branch in Indonesia, but the problem they were facing, their employees were not aware, they were not able to speak English, or they didn't know any English cuisines. So it was very difficult for them to attract customers, because their most customers are foreigners. So what happened, they come up with this idea. So let's see. It needed to teach English skills to 580 employees, none of whom spoke English or understood Western cuisine or customs. Four Seasons created a self-direct learning center that enabled employees to teach themselves English. The center emphasizes communication, not simply learning to speak English. As a result of this emphasis, the center features video records, training modules, books, and magazine. Monetary incentives are provided for employees to move from the lowest to the highest level of English skills. Besides English, the center also teaches Japanese, the language of 20% of the Bali hotel's visitor, and provide training for foreign manager in Bahasa Indonesia, the native language of Indonesia. So you see how self-direct learning companies are playing differently. They're trying to adopt different methods of training for their employees. They are trying to reduce their cost. They are providing them everything, so they are giving them incentive. Anyone who learn, 580 employees need to learn English, so if they give them English course, it will take them long time. So now they will learn from practice. They have given videos, record, magazine, everything has been provided to them. Now what they need to do, they need to learn and come, and they also need to, they will get money if their skills, for example, from low level goes to highest advanced level. They give them monetary incentives, so they will receive that incentives as well. So they are not only focusing on English, but 20% of their visitors are Japanese. So they are working on Japanese language as well, so the people can learn Japanese language. So they are trying to learn Japanese language as well. So that's all about self-direct learning. So let's see what's it. So that's self-direct learning. Next one is simulation. It's a type of method where it's like a real time, real life, what we call it, something really happening on real basis. So you enter a simulation area, and they are providing you everything, especially it's for technicians and especially for armies. They are providing them with the same combat zone, everything simulated. You enter, you feel like you are in a war zone. You enter into one room, go to clear one room and another room, clear one building and another building, go from one IEDs, one place is bombs, suicide, everything. You see that army, especially when they're doing exercises. So that's another type of learning, where you will be provided a simulation for employees, so they can learn new skills, and they can learn new develop their previous skills and learn new skills. As we know, that technology has changed, war machines, planes, everything, pilots, they are giving them how to hit the target. So these are all different sources of simulation. So let's read the simulation. Simulation is a training method that represents a real life situation with trainees' decision resulting in outcome that mirror what would happen if they were on the job. A common example of this use of simulators for training is flight simulators for pilots. So simulation which allow trainees to see the impact of their decision in an artificial risk-free environment are used to teach production and process skill, as well as management and interpersonal skills. As well as see the Chapter 8, I think new technology was helped in development of virtual reality, a type of simulation that even closely mimics the work environment. So simulators replicate the physical equipment that employee use on the job. For example, Time Warner Cable Installer is a company. They are providing installation cable internet installation for different companies. So how they install the cables, lines, everything. So they have rooms in walls. They give their employees everything. They give their employees drills, all equipments, how to install for example internet cable in a 50 storage or whatever storage building. So they give them on the simulation. So what they come, installer learn how to correctly install cable in high speed internet connection by crawling into two-story house, for example, that have been built inside the company training center. So they have built a two-story building inside the company training center, and they show their internet provider how to drill, how to take cable from second floor to the first floor, from one room to another room, how to drill the wall, where you need to crawl, everything. They are providing them this type of training. So by crawling into two-story house that have been built inside the company's training center, trainees drill through the wall and crawl around inside these houses, learning how to work with different types of let me check which I can't see this slide. Let me make it so we can see. Yes, how to different types of homes. So some houses might use bricks, some house, so they are provide this training, this environment, different walls. One wall might be from wood, one wall might have two bricks, one brick, cements, other equipments, PVC, everything. So how to use this. So they are having a training center where their employees are trained and they're getting everything around. So that's all about simulator. Simulator means physical equipments, like you see everything on a real basis. As I've said, especially armies, when they are providing them training, they are having different simulator training grounds. They show them how to enter one room, how to clear one roof, another store, second store, how to jump from the plane, where you need to go, where you have to kill the enemy, how to attract, how to find IEDs. This is how they will attack you, ambush, everything. A training center, simulation. There is one, I think, documentary. I've seen one simulation. There is a village in UK, in United Kingdom. They have built in a countryside. They have built a place same like Afghanistan. Nothing has been changed. Everything you will find there, you feel like it's like you are inside Afghanistan, a village. Everything, villagers, females, or workers or Afghans shouting, buy this one, buy that one at this price. Butchers, shopkeepers, small shops, elders, villagers, everything they show is a simulation. They show their army that when you enter into such village, what you need to do in case of attack, in case of IED, in case of suicide, in case once they enter to the village, how you clear one house to another, how you know that the houses are connected with each other, small valleys inside the village, grounds, what you call it, gardens, everything. You find how elders behave, how locals, you need to behave with the locals, how you need to behave with the children's kids there. When they come out of the village, you see the mountains, people are ambushing them, and they give them everything is like a simulation. You feel that you are involved in a real war zone. You feel that you are already inside a country. So they give you the type of training that this is how you need to train yourself, this is how you need to build new skills, and this is how you need to this is how you need to learn new skills, develop your skills, and also increase your knowledge and skills. So you find this is called a simulation training. So simulation is a training method that is a real base as work as a real life. You find another example, it can be medical. You find the nurseries that they are giving them certain surgeries, certain toys, that this is how you need to do surgery, this is how you need to connect oxygen, this is how, on a real basis, like they feel like they are inside the hospital, and they are also providing training for their employees. So that's called simulator. So let me review what we have discussed. So next topic we will in next class we will discuss other method of hands-on method. So the first method we have discussed is a self-direct learning. As I have said, this is one of the most important method in Afghanistan, where you are not having more opportunities inside the universities and also inside companies for training purposes. So in this society where you are not having opportunity, where opportunities are very limited, so then the only option is self-direct learning. The only option is for you to go and learn by your own self, do your own research, learn new skills, build your career, develop your career, learn skills, learn new things, learn new techniques, everything by your own self. So in order to compete with other, in order to have a competitive advantage over others, so that's self-direct learning. So we have discussed different examples regarding this. So the next one we have discussed, simulation is another type method where is a real life situation you feel. So I think these were two very important methods in training, hands-on training methods. So it's very important. So in next class we will discuss case study and some other steps, what will happen inside the case study, in team and other type of training methods as well. So inshallah, see you in the another class.